Truth, the body of real things, events and facts. Actuality. Subjective, based on or influenced by personal feelings, tastes, or opinions. Together they form subjective truth, which is exactly what it sounds like. It is when a person believes a certain idea to be true based off of their previous experiences. Columbus came over and found our land. We remember him annually, his story grand. Why do we learn this? The story false. Perhaps for patriotism. He's a deceiving propaganda valse. We are taught in schools that Columbus was a heroine. He found the new land and paved the way for the new world. Well, this may ring true for some. Different groups of people had different experiences with Columbus. This additional information gives them different opinions and subjective truths. Your aching body can't control the sound that becomes free as your head starts to pound. You feel relieved, a pressure lifted. You're starting to sleep, in fact, you've already drifted. They look offended, their eyes wide. How could you release such a sigh? But at least you tried. Hours ago, you were mentally drained. Hours ago, your muscles were strained. But you didn't complain, not even a little. Your eyes stayed bright, your smile full of light. You moan as you open your front door, throw your bag onto the floor. Your roommate laughs at such a sound, but you feel like you are spellbound. You moan and sigh to release tension. Why does it require any mention? You don't do it to hurt them. You don't want any mayhem. You're sorry you hurt their feelings, but that truly is their own dealings. A moan may be more funny, a sigh more hurtful, but it all depends on your hurdles. The girl sitting in the seat behind you asks you to lean to the right during exams so she can copy what you have written. You never really speak except for the time she makes her request and later tells you you smell good and have features more like a white person. You assume she thinks she is thanking you for letting her cheat and feels better cheating from an almost white person. Please open your eyes. Opinions on sighing and moaning are very subjective, depending on different experiences and maybe what your parents have taught you about what's respectful and what's disrespectful will shape how you feel and how you perceive others who are sighing. As a society, we form excuses for negative consequences that occur when we only see our subjective truth and not that of others. I can't always tell when someone suffers. I struggle to look beyond their buffers. I focus on their happy smile. I don't realize that they haven't felt loved in a while. A woman you do not know wants to join you for lunch. You are visiting her campus. In the cafe, you both order the Caesar salad. This overlap is not the beginning of anything, because she immediately points out that she, her father, her grandfather, and you all attended the same college. She wanted her son to go there as well, but because of affirmative action or minority something, she is not sure what they're calling it these days, and weren't they supposed to get rid of it? Her son wasn't accepted. You are not sure if you're meant to apologize for this failure of your alma mater's legacy program. Instead, you ask where he ended up. The prestigious school she mentions doesn't seem to assuage her irritation. This exchange, in effect, ends your lunch. The salads arrive. Subjective truth leads to biases. To defend our biases, we repetitively use excuses. This repetitiveness causes our actions to become natural. The new therapist specializes in trauma counseling. You have only ever spoken on the phone. Her house has a side gate that leads to a back entrance she uses for patients. You walk down a path, bordered on both sides with deer grass and rosemary to the gate, which turns out to be locked. At the front door, the bell is a small round disc that you press firmly. When the door finally opens, the woman standing there yells at the top of her lungs, "Get away from my house! What are you doing in my yard?" It's as if a wounded Doberman Pinscher or a German Shepherd has gained the power of speech. And though you back up a few steps, you manage to tell her you have an appointment. "You have an appointment?" She spits back. Then she pauses. Everything pauses. "Oh," she says, followed by, Oh, yes, that's right. I am sorry. I am so sorry. So sorry. Hurlo writes, scientists have shown that repetition can cause people to believe certain things that aren't true at all. He continues with, that might sound like something we just made up, but it was a real experiment run by real scientists, and it showed that the things we're exposed to constantly feel more true. Please open your eyes. Society has allowed unfair microaggressions and biases to take place. This allows the practitioners of these behaviors to form habits that discriminate against others without them actually thinking about it. This pushes wedges between peoples and keeps everything the way it is, with everyone only seeing the relevance in their subjective truths and the experiences that made them, instead of everyone's.